Hi, Virgos. Welcome to your horoscope psychic tarot reading for the months of January, February, March, and April of 2019. If you would like your own personal, private, confidential psychic tarot reading from me or an astrology birth chart reading from me, I am an astrologer as well as a psychic tarot reader. So if you would like a birth chart reading or an astrology reading, I currently have a special 20 minutes of tarot, 20 minutes of a birth chart overview reading. So check out my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com for that information. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell next to the subscribe button so that you get a notification whenever I go live. Also, I would love it if you would, check out my channel for a personal reading. I'm also doing live readings as well. So let's get right into it. Hey, Nathaniel, how are you? Let's see what's in store for my Virgos for the months of January, February, March, and April of 2019. Just found you and subbed earlier today. Yes, Rachel, thank you for subscribing. Make sure if you're new to my channel, subscribe and hit the bell next to the subscribe button. We do a lot of fun videos over here. Hi, just another fangirl. How's everyone doing? Is everyone a Virgo in the room? Let's see what's going on with my Virgos. I don't want the cards to get upside down because they have a tendency to do that when I'm not paying attention. You're good, Nathaniel. That's good. So what's in store for my Virgos for the months of January, February, March, and April of 2018? Virgos for the months of January, February, March, and April of 2018. Remember, if you want your own personal reading, check out my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. Doing pretty good. I'm not a Virgo, but my boyfriend is. Cappy had a GF. What's going to happen? So I'm here for the love readings. Hi, I like and I understand your readings, but I always seem to miss you. Well, you're here, Rena, so it's good that you're here. Nice, Rena. What's in store for my Virgos for the months of January, February, March, and April of 2018? Virgos. What's going on with Virgos for January, February, March, and April of 2018? We get the Eight of Cups here in the past for my Virgos. So my Virgos, maybe in 2018, we're dealing with a lot of emotional baggage, emotional issues, emotional situations that need to be rectified, that needed to be healed, that needed to be looked at. Now, the thing with Virgos is that you're really, really good at kind of helping other people fix their lives, almost like a Yanla. For those of you that watch a Yanla Fix My Life, I wonder if she's a Virgo. But Virgos are really, really good at fixing at fixing other people's lives. You're good at giving other people advice and helping other people. But sometimes when it comes to your own lives, especially emotional situations, messy emotional situations, you guys have a tendency to kind of sometimes shy away from the truth, shy away from the confrontation, shy away from facing the deep, dark truths or facing your emotions for some of you. Here we have the Ten of Wands, and for some of you, this, inability to face your emotions, to deal with your truth, to face your truth has been holding you back in certain ways. Instead of taking the easier route or the shorter route, it's caused you to take the longer route. Almost like, well, instead of dealing with, my husband, my ex-husband, and, dealing with those emotions that he tends to bring up within me, I'm just going to go the roundabout way and take my kids over to my, take my children over to their grandmother or something like that, his mother, so he can pick them up from there, even though the mother lives an hour away and the husband lives 30 minutes away. But it's just like you're doing things in a very kind of roundabout way, or you're doing things in a way in which it could be so much easier if you would just deal with your issues, Virgo. I hope this is making sense to someone out there. And I feel like these issues deal with conflict. So I think the husband analogy, the husband experience for some of you wasn't, or the husband analogy, the husband example, maybe, I don't know why I said experience. The husband example for some of you wasn't too far off, all right? Maybe some of you are dealing with someone or dealing with conflict in your life with other people. And once again, instead of dealing with the conflict, it's like you're going around it. But that's not a healthy long-term way of dealing with conflict. Avoiding conflict is not a healthy way, long-term way of dealing with conflict. Now, for some Virgos out there, because remember, this is not just Virgo Sun, it's Virgo Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Uranus, Pluto, Vesta, Chiron, Juno, first through 12th house, all out there, all right? Some of you are dealing with conflicts on the job. Some of you are dealing with conflicts when it comes to money. But it's like some type of conflict, whether it's internal or external. Now, sometimes the Five of Wands does mean internal conflict. All right, so some of you could be dealing with internal conflict. Your moon is in Virgo, Christine? Yeah, especially moon in Virgos. Here we get the King of Cups. So I'm sensing a lot of emotion, quite an emotional few months for my Virgos, especially January and February. But it feels like, getting rid of emotional debris. Also, something about maybe you dealing with a person who's emotionally manipulative. Some of you may be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, the King of Cups here. Some of you could also be dealing with someone, if you're single, and we're going to get into love here in a second, and a few. But for those of you that are single, you're dealing with someone who wants to crack you open emotionally. Or maybe if you're coupled, do you have a partner? You're dealing with a partner who wants to crack you open emotionally. But it's like they're trying to crack you open on their own terms rather than trying to crack you open on your terms. If this makes sense. So some of you could be dealing with that. If not in a love situation, you're just dealing with someone who kind of wants to crack you open in some way. They kind of want to pick your brain. They kind of want to figure out what makes you tick. All right, for some reason. Could also be two people for some of you. All right, some of you could be, it could deal with a mother and a father. Some of you could deal with supervisors on the job. And it's interesting for some of you, it could be if you're dealing with a spouse or a partner. It could be their mother and father or someone behind them that's influencing them in some way. But I feel like there's something about Virgos dealing with someone who, okay, so it feels like for some of you may be dealing with a boyfriend or, someone you're dating. And it's like someone behind this person, whether, it's their mother, their father, their siblings, their friends, or they're trying to influence this person's opinion about you is what I'm kind of getting. Like, a lot of trickery going on around Virgos, but it's like I kind of get the veil is being opened, the veil is being lifted for you guys to see these things, to see these kind of seedy things about the people around you. Because I feel like a lot of Virgos out there have been going through this thing where it's like, why do I feel so misplaced? Why do I feel so disconnected from the people around me? Why do I feel like the people I call friends aren't really my friends? Why do I feel like my partner doesn't like me? Why do I feel like this person I'm dating doesn't like me? Why do I feel like my parents are, shady towards me? Something like that. And it's where there's smoke, there's fire, right? With my Virgos, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I feel like you're getting these inklings about people in your lives, because there's something about them that's seedy. There's something about them where they do something in front of your face. They say something in front of your face, but they do something or say something completely different behind your back. So I feel like there's something about Virgos and, things done in the dark coming out to light in terms of the people around you. And specifically the people around you towards you. So I just feel like some of my Virgos out there are going to start hearing things about, he said, she said, someone, going behind your back and kind of, I just feel like someone's going behind your back in some way, Virgo. Or you're realizing something about someone going behind your back. And trying to maybe sabotage things for you or something like that. So I just want to say, Virgos, watch your back, especially around January and February. Watch your back. Watch the company you guys keep. Because whatever's going on will come out in the wash in March or February, or April for sure. All right. Overall, though, Virgos, it does seem like a time of change and transformation, especially in terms of your thoughts about money. All right, your thoughts about relationships, and also your thoughts about maybe you don't need. Some of you have a way where you like to keep people in your lives through being of service to people. But it's like, I'm getting for some of you, by March or April, you're going to realize maybe this isn't a healthy way of operating. Maybe I don't need these people in my life the way I thought I did. Maybe the only person I need is me. That's what I'm kind of getting for some of you. So it's a big time of change and transformation for my Virgos out there. Also getting money, but we'll get into that in a second. Money is looking really, really good, Virgos. All right. Let's look at love, though, for my single and coupled Virgos out there. Make sure you guys like the video as you guys come in. Subscribe to my channel. And remember, if you want your own personal reading, you can check out my website, Lamarr Townsend Tarot.com. Hello, I'm Gemini, always spying on me on Facebook. It's so confusing. This is so true. That's already started for me. Wow, been having vivid dreams about people in my life. Shady, and my dreams usually come true. Yes, Marie. Lines, Earth, it's hard for me to love myself after all the betrayal using my name and wrong. Exactly. I think Virgos in January, February, March, and April, especially March and April, are realizing that the only person you really need is yourself. You know? As tough as the lesson that actually is to learn, you know, you believe it or not, the only person you really need is yourself at the end of the day. So what's going on with my Virgos in love, my single and coupled Virgos? For love in the months of January, February, March, and April of 2018. What's going on with my single and coupled Virgos with their love lives? For the months of January, February, March, and April of 2018. What's going on with my Virgos in love? For the months of January, February, March, and April of 2019. Yes, this is what I've been waiting for. Yes, Nathaniel, what's going on with my Virgos in love? For the months of January, February, March, and April of 2019. Virgos and love. Single and couple. I get the Hierophant here in the past. So this is becoming more aware of things, whether more aware of yourself in dating or relationships, or more aware of your partner and their dating or relationship habits, possibly. The Ten of Wands, so there's something you've become aware about that hasn't been serving you well in relationships once again. And I feel like it stems from codependency, or feeling like you have to keep people in your life through certain means. For some of you, it's like you have to be of service to someone. So it's like, well, I have to be there for my boyfriend or girlfriend. I have to be there for this person because that's the only way I know to get them to stay. You know, versus, you know, maybe... Now I feel like it's like, for some of you, it's how do I make them stay by just being me? How do I get people to like me, to stay, to want to be with me for just being me? I feel like a lot of Virgos are coming out of this facade where they feel like they have to constantly do things for people, or do things, you know, in general, do things in relationships to keep people around. And I feel like Virgos are letting go of this energy, reluctantly, maybe a little bit, and we just had a candle go out. Maybe reluctantly a little bit letting go of this energy, but, you know, nonetheless, you guys are letting go. Give me a second to go relight this. Sorry about that. Cheap candles are the worst. But moving on. I get the Judgment card in the conclusion. Will he come back? How are you doing, Lamarr? I hope you're doing healthy and appreciate you. You're welcome. I've been giving up a lot, stagnant for the 6+ years. Here we have the Four of Swords here. Coupled with the Nine of Wands. So there's something about Virgos, and some of you are realizing that you have to let go of certain people. You have to let go of maybe certain idealistic views as well. I'm feeling like some of you have to let go of this idea of relationships, how a relationship should be, how you want your relationship to be. And it almost deals with a little bit of perfectionism. Like, I feel like some Virgos out there get upset when their relationships aren't perfect, or when things don't go perfectly, you know, in their relationships, in their dating experiences. It's like you have a tendency to shut off or shut down, and it becomes, why me? What did I do? What can I fix about myself? Instead of realizing that sometimes, you know, you're just not compatible with certain people. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you have to let go in order to grow, Virgo. I think that's how I want to say it. Sometimes you have to let go in order to grow. You have to let go of people. You have to let go of certain beliefs, you know, ideals. So I feel like when it comes to love and my single and coupled Virgos, yes, dang. Yep, yes. When it comes to my love, my Virgos in love, my single and couple Virgos, I feel like January and February is letting go. Letting go. And then I think March is opening up to new. So for some of you, you may be letting go of a current relationship that you're dealing with, a current partner you're dealing with, and you're slowly but surely opening up to new. Now, for some of you, I feel like this kind of opening up, this kind of letting go may happen not by choice, all right? Someone may be letting go of some of you as well. But it's important to see this as a blessing, all right, in disguise, okay? Because I just feel like there's something about healing from pain, and it feels like repressed pain for my Virgos. A lot of you are dealing with repressed pain. That's going to come up, I feel like, around March or April. So it just feels like a really going through the rigmarole of, doing the emotional work, doing the spiritual work to get yourself to a place where you can really, love and be loved, all right? And be in a healthy relationship, all right? I just feel like for some of my Virgos, there's too much going on. And you just kind of need to do focus on one thing at a time, all right? And for some of you, you need to focus on self. And then through transforming yourself, getting yourself better, you will transform your relationship. You will transform your dating life. But you have to focus on self, and you have to focus on what's been holding you back. What is holding you back, my Virgos, all right? In love. And for some of you, it's something about the past. Something about the past, a past partner, a past relationship, a past situation that you're holding on to. So it feels like a big, energy of letting go for Virgos. All right, letting go of fears and worries even as well. Also letting go of addictions. It feels like for some of you, either you're your own worst enemy, or the person you're dealing with is your own worst enemy or enemies. So I hope that made sense to my Virgos out there. All right, now let's look at money for my Virgos. What's going on with Virgos and money for the months of January, February, March, and April of 2019? Remember, if you want your own personal reading from me, check out my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. I am available for readings. What's going on with my Virgos? And I currently have a special going on as well. All right, so what's going on with my Virgos for the months of January, February, March, and April of 2019 with their money? Okay, we had a card pop out. We get the Six of Swords. So some Virgos are letting go of feeling the responsibility for other people. I feel like some Virgos feel like they are financially responsible for others. Maybe some Virgos are financially responsible for other people. But I just feel like something about financial burdens, releasing financial burdens. It's a big few months of release for Virgos. Big months of release for Virgos in all areas of your life, I feel. What's going on with Virgos and money for the months of January, February, March, and April of 2018? Downloaded this app called Selfish Babe. Oh, okay. What's going on with Virgos and money for the months of January, February, March, and April of 2019? I'm just going to push this over to the side. All right. And I get the Nine of Pentacles here in the past. So it seems like there was a big emphasis on money in the past for Virgos in 2018, but it feels like this emphasis was like, so it feels like there was a plot hole in this emphasis. For example, maybe you were really focused on making money, but not focused enough on saving it, or, something like that. Or maybe you were focused on saving money, but not enough on spending and, being more conscious of your spending, spending management, something like that. There's something about Virgos and balance with money, like focusing on balance with money. Get the Knight of Pentacles here in the present position. The Six of Wands, some Virgos could be dealing with competition, competitiveness in the workplace or in the job and the career sector. In some way, some Virgos are kind of, these next few months really following your passions. Whether you're studying, whether you are applying for new jobs, whether you are someone who works in the field of your passion in some way, it's like you're doing something new. You're really putting your heart and soul into what you're doing. And here we have you guys, the Hermit card, all right? So there's something about money, and Virgo's kind of, going through transformation again. It's like Virgos are locking themselves in the lab, and, it's almost like you guys are saying, okay, let's figure this money thing out. What can I do to make more money? What can I do to save more money? What can I do to get my life on track when it comes to money? What needs to change? A lot of like intuitive insights coming to my Virgo. I also see Virgos what's the word I'm thinking of? Not compatibility, collaborating. I see Virgos collaborating with people during this time period. So whether you enter into business with someone, you collaborate with someone on a project or something like that, I'm seeing collaborations. And it feels like whatever collaboration this is, it's been designed by spirit, I want to say. So I want to say, even if it's not spiritual on the surface or spiritual in context, it's a spiritual collaboration that I'm seeing for a lot of Virgos when it comes to their money, when it comes to career, when it comes to job. So it feels like even if someone is like, like I also get this energy where it's like maybe you and someone else is thinking of quitting and someone kind of gives you a heads up, well, I'm going over here, so maybe you should apply over here. It's like that kind of energy as well. But there's something about Virgos and being afraid to take a leap of faith, all right, when it comes to money and career. Virgos, don't be afraid. There is money on that other side of that rainbow. There's money on the other side of whatever leap of faith you're afraid to take. All right, take that leap of faith because there is a gold mine on the other side. So if there's some sort of change you're wanting to implement, or if there's some sort of new venture you're wanting to, enter into when it comes to money, don't be afraid to take risks at this time. All right, especially around March and April, because I'm seeing something about March and April for Virgos and money. Money. Whether it's some new opportunity comes through, I feel like for a lot of you, it's going to be a new opportunity comes through around March or April. So I would say if you're once again trying to manifest a new job, you may hear something around March or April. Good news. But it feels like some Virgo entering into some partnership or something like that around March or April. Like something opening up for you. So whether it almost feels like some of you, if you're like working at a job, it's the boss comes to you and it's like, yeah, okay, so we're, looking to create this new department and we want you to be the head of the department or something like that. Or we want you to work this specific role in this new department, and you're getting a raise. It's like something like that with my Virgos, where it's like some unexpected occurrence happens after all this transformation, after all this nonsense you've gone through these past few months, January, February. It feels like March and April, something comes through where it's like, wow, all right, well, that made all that crap worth it. Like all the crap I went through, all that crap I purged out, okay, I think I'm ready to take this on. That's what I'm feeling for my Virgos when it comes to your money. So money's going to get really, really good around March or April, you guys. Y'all better work. All right, you guys, if you want your own personal reading from me, contact me on my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. I am available and I would love to read you, okay? In a nice way, of course. And remember, I am an astrologer as well as a psychic tarot reader. So if you want a reading from me, a birth chart reading or a psychic tarot reading, I do speak astrology fluently. By the way, subscribe to my channel, all right, as well. Check out my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. And make sure you hit the bell next to the subscribe button so that you get a notification whenever I go live or upload a new video. YouTube has been messing with people's notifications, so, make sure you get notified. I love you guys. You guys have a great few months, Virgo. All right, and remember, if you want a personal reading, contact me on my website. Love you guys, and peace out.